So I've got some more tercera action for you this weekend, this time minus the snow. I've made my way through to Boadilla del Monte to see Internacional take on Villaverde, San Andrés / Bottis. Now Internacional are actually quite an interesting club, and they've got a history of moving that the MK Dons could only dream of. Now they were founded in 2002 by a group of businessmen. They started off playing in a place called Orcasitas, which is a southern Madrid barrio, a southern Madrid ward. They moved 4 years later to a little town south of Madrid called Moraleja de en Medio, and then 10 years later, once again in 2016, they upped sticks and came to play here in Boadilla del Monte, which is another town just to the west of Madrid. So I'm really interested to see what kind of fan base they're going to have. I think the entrance to their ground was actually free last season. It was their first season in the new place, and they were obviously trying to encourage new fans to attend. Now I think it's fair to say that Internacional's league trajectory has been fairly typical of a lot of the teams that I've already seen. So they had a pretty rapid rise up the regional leagues, and they've been playing in their Tercera División since 2010. They have come close to making the promotion playoffs a few times, but this looks like it's going to be their best ever season. They're currently in second place in the table. They're 2 points behind league leaders Getafe B, and they've got a 9-point cushion in the race for the playoffs. Now they're actually unbeaten in their last 6 games, but a draw last weekend ended a 4-match winning run and also saw them knocked off the top of the table. But they have won 7 of their last 8 home games, and they have kept 8 clean sheets in their last 9 home fixtures. As Opta would say, fortress. Now I'm sure you'll all obviously remember that I saw Villaverde San Andrés or Villaverde Bottis, depending if you're old school or new school, in one of my first Tercera games, and that was like one of the best Tercera experiences I think I've actually had. Now they are actually the draw kings of the division. They've drawn 12 of their 22 fixtures. Only 3 teams have won fewer games and only 3 teams have lost fewer games. And Internacional are actually the only team that have conceded fewer goals. So we've got the 2 best defences in the division taking on each other today. There have actually only been 34 goals scored in total in their 22 matches so far. But they've won their last 2 games to 0, and they'll be confident of causing an upset today. So here we go, a bit of tourism on the way to the ground today. This is the Palacio del Infante Don Luís, which is Boadilla del Monte's landmark attraction. Apart from the football stadium, obviously. I don't think I'm going to offend anyone by saying that this place is a little bit nicer than some of the barrios, some of the neighbourhoods, and some of the kind of commuter towns that I've been to so far this season. Definitely a nicer walk than to most of the other grounds anyway. Tell me, this is a lovely little walk, even if you were raging that your team got beat in the last second. Walking back through this way would calm you right down. Okay, here we are. Don't see anything that specifically says football pitch here, but I do see bar cafeteria, so we're on to a winner. So we've had the prison at Leganés, we've had the embassy at San Sebastián de los Reyes. I'm not sure what this looks like. Leave a comment below if you want to make a suggestion. Right, so this is an interesting little complex. Lots of different sports going on here. The bad news is that the bar is away at the end there. I'm sure we'll make it. It was free entrance in the end, so happy days. Whoa, early drama. Collective side.
best cheer of the game so far is that these guys got the beers in. There we go.
Es que y no viene. Aprieta la boca.
Roberto Baggio style.
Y trabajando como tiene que ser. Qué bien. Otra. Bien.
Unbelievable. Totally against the run of play and a struggle half time. 1-0 to Inter. Don't get these guys down though. And that's only half time, I think.
Well, I think if you didn't know who was in second place and you didn't know who was 12th or 13th, I think, you'd probably have it the other way around, because Villaverde were totally dominant in that first half and probably should have been ahead. A couple of good saves by the Inter keeper kept them at bay. But as I mentioned, the last time I went to Villaverde, or the only time I went to Villaverde, was one of the best tercera experiences I've had. Mainly because of the fans, the Bottis Verdes, as they call themselves, who are sitting just beside me. And they've obviously been making plenty of noise today as well, and I think they'll continue to do so in the second half, and I definitely wouldn't rule out Villaverde getting back into this, because they've played very, very well. Much better than when I saw them down at Villaverde, in fact. So yeah, it's definitely hope for them going into the second half. This little clubhouse. Right, so we've made a long trek to the bar, and they don't even have real beer. Can you believe it?
Están tirando para cazarle.
Second biggest cheer. The crisps are here.
Right, so I've discovered today that the Andorran international goalkeeper plays for Villaverde, although actually it's not this guy, so I don't know why I'm showing you this guy, but he can get in the Villaverde team. So there you go, Andorra's international goalkeeper can't get in the Villaverde team in the tercera.
Ay, mira.
Look at this, little bits of pork getting handed away in the stand. Never had this pork before.
Sí, es que hay que hacerla, venga, hay que hacerla ya. Ya. Nos ponemos locos poniendo tanto valor. ¡Ay, qué bien! ¡Ay, qué bien! ¡Ay, qué bien! Ponla. Ponla. ¡Ay, Dios mío! Aquí viene. ¡Que te da una plan! ¡Apoyo! ¡Que se Entra. Pero claro, el descuento va a ser todo. ¡Uy!
Nacho, bien. ¡Date, Fran!
Last week could be right in the game. 2-0. Laws are offside. Villaverde fans certainly think so. Not sure. Let's see it again. Right, there you go. So that's the second week in a row that we've had a grandstand finish with a second goal to kill the game off right in the dying seconds. I think this time there were actually a couple of kicks of the ball after the goal went in though. Now I might be biased because I've got quite a lot of time for Villaverde and their fans. I think they're brilliant value. They're the best fans I've seen so far in the Tercera. But I really don't think Inter deserve to win that game, and I'm quite shocked that they're so high up in the table based on that performance as well. Having said that, the second half was a little bit more even. Villaverde did have plenty of pressure, but they didn't quite manage to knock the ball around as well as they did in the first half, and they weren't able to create as many chances. Against a home defence has now kept 9 clean sheets in 10 home matches, which is pretty incredible to be fair. So the ground in Boadilla del Monte, or the complex, or whatever you want to call it, was not the furthest in terms of distance, but it is the furthest in terms of time to get there. So if you want to head out there, you'll need to get the metro followed by the light rail train, and then about a 25 to 30 minute walk up past the Palace and out into the countryside. So it was actually a really nice walk. And that was my question for you for this video. Get in touch, let me know about your favourite walks to football stadiums. As usual, remember to subscribe on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook, on Twitter and on Instagram as well. Probably won't have a video for you next weekend as I'm off to another wedding, surprise surprise, but I will see you again in a fortnight.